Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us on Ozzy and the Freak Talk Geek. I'm Ozzy.
And I'm the freak. And this is A Week in Geek. And go.
All right, just like we do normally on Week in Geeks, I thought we would start off with some celebrity birthdays.
Ooh.
First off, we've got musician of Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Joan Jett is 66 years
Ooh.
old.
And looking not bad.
No, not bad at all.
I
This has
guess,
not been a hard life of drugs and rock and roll for Joan Jett.
no, it doesn't look like she's ever done drugs a whole lot.
Actor Scott Baio of Scott Baio is Dead, or not dead, is 65.
I'm sorry. Wasn't he Charles in Charge? Or was that no, that was Tony Danza. That was
No, he was
Danza.
Charles in Charge.
He was Charles in Charge?
He was Charles in
What did
Charge, and
Danza?
he was also in Joni Loves Chachi. He was Chachi.
What did Danza do?
Who's the boss?
Oh, see, I thought it was the other way around. Okay.
No, but like Scott Baio's now more famous for just being Scott Baio on trash fucking reality TV.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I never watched either of the shows anyway, so there's that.
Yeah, sure. And actress of Jumanji, Bonnie Hunt, is 63.
Bonnie Hunt. I don't remember
Yeah.
her in Jumanji.
She was the girl that played the game when they were kids with Robin Williams.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
The grown-up version of the girl before Robin Williams' character got sucked into the game.
Okay. Yeah.
All
believe
right. Of Orphan Black and She-Hulk Attorney at Law, Tatiana Maslany is 39.
Is that She-Hulk?
That's She-Hulk.
Damn.
Yeah.
She's
Did you
not
watch
bad
Orphan
looking.
Black?
No, I haven't watched either one of those. Nope.
Okay.
She's not bad looking though. I might have to watch it now.
Yeah. Like, check out Orphan Black. You can probably skip She-Hulk.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, ever since Star Trek, I've always kind of had a hots for a green chick.
Fair enough.
Who else we got?
And Draco Malfoy of the Harry Potter films, Tom Felton, turns 37.
Damn.
Looks like he's had enough drugs and rock and roll.
Yeah, man. Boy, he looks rough. For 37, like I'm older than he is, and I don't think I look that bad.
Mm-mm.
Like he's got permanent angry face wrinkles.
Yeah. He's got Slytherin
roles
written all over his face.
Yeah, too many roles that he's played having to do with angry face.
Mm-hmm. And actor known for his role in The 8 Mile, Anthony Mackie, is 46.
He was in 8 Mile.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be damn.
I've never seen it.
It was actually not a bad movie. It was not a bad movie. See, immediately when you said the 8 Mile, I was thinking I don't know why I went to what was that movie, The Green Line?
The Green Mile?
Is it The Green Mile?
Yeah.
Okay.
With Tom Hanks and
immediately that I don't know why. That's where my mind immediately took me at first, but then I was like, wait a minute, 8 Mile, that's Eminem.
Right.
Okay. All right.
That's it for our celebrity birthdays.
Okay.
Happy birthday, celebrities.
Happy birthday, guys.
You all right there, bud?
Someday, just trying to get stuff ready over here. Maybe someday we'll be on somebody's celebrity birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
Doubtful. Well, so let me see if I got something I can chain off of one of these. I got a few things in the works over here.
Okay.
Let's see. Nope, I can't connect these to anything.
Nope. Okay, well then
That's
I'll go ahead.
Fat no.
I'll jump ahead and right now. So, do you know about Do you know about the Spider-Man Noir TV show that's coming out?
I heard about it. I heard Nicolas Cage was going to be doing actually playing Spider-Man Noir, and I heard that he was the voice of Spider-Man Noir in the animated series.
Right.
Correct? Okay.
Right. So in part, they're still doing the casting process for the show.
Hmm.
So 8 more actors are going to be going into the Spider Verse. MGM Plus and Prime Video's Spider-Man Noir series, which stars Nicolas Cage as a version of the hard-boiled Spider-Man he voiced in 2018's Oscar-winning animated movie Spider-Man Into Spider-Verse, has added Lucas Haas from Inception, Cameron Brighton from Mindhunter, Carrie Christopher, Days of Our Lives, Michael Kostroff from Luke Cage, Scott MacArthur of The Righteous Gemstones, Joe Massengill from Barry, Whitney Rice from Jury Duty, and Amanda Scholl from Suits in recurring roles. Um, Noir, for those of you who don't know, tells the story of an aging and down on his luck private investigator uh, in the 1930s New York who is forced to grapple with his past life as the city's one and only superhero.
And he uses a gun, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah, he does use a
Okay.
gun. He
Spider-Man
does
with
use
a
a
gun.
right.
He's like an old school, like vintage detective style.
Right. And in his universe, he's the only superhero.
Oh wow, really?
Right. So this is going to be is an interesting Elseworlds type of uh, Spider-Man that we're going to get here. I don't know. I haven't read or seen anything. Is this going to be live action or is this going to be animated?
I honestly, I don't know. I
Like this
really
could
don't know. I mean,
really
I
go
haven't
either
even
way.
seen the anime.
You haven't seen Into the Spider Verse?
Nope. I really want to. I can't get over the art style. I'm just not a fan of that art style.
That art
And
style changes throughout the whole movie. Both of them.
really, does
Like
it?
it's like it goes frantic because of like the changes in the universes.
Uh-huh.
They show that by like altering the art.
Okay. I mean, I'm a big fan of old school Jim Lee. Like I do like the X-Men 97 art, the more realistic, less cartoon character. You know
Mm,
what I mean? Like
yeah,
when
no,
I
I get
see
it.
Miles Morales and Peter Parker and everything from all the images I've seen, they look too Disney cartoony.
They
And
are.
and,
They're
and
very
it's hard
animated.
for me to
Like,
yeah, it's hard for me to
and
take it seriously.
they're with weird proportions and stuff like that. But I
Hmm.
think it works for Spider-Man, like giving how like gangly, like everybody is, and like how Spider-Man like kind of folds up on himself and stuff like that. Visually, I
Okay.
think it looks really good.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe I can give it a try. I don't know.
It's streaming somewhere. Just give it a try for the first one.
Yeah.
The okay.
So, since
Mm-hmm.
we're in the comic book genre here,
There we go.
um the Alfred Gao and Miles Miller, the creators of Wednesday, are producing a film adaptation of a horror anthology comic called The Iceman. The
No,
Iceman was an older uh comic book that came out, and actually, okay, I say older, but I mean it was like it debuted in 2018. It didn't have like monthly releases. It was just kind of sporadic here and there. They would release a new comic every once in a while.
is this an indie
Uh,
book?
I think this is Image actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that this is Image Comics. Um, and it follows different each comic follows different stories and interactions that people have with the Iceman. Like, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Is he a god? Is he a demon? Is he a prankster? Is he a murderer? It all this creepy horror stuff that follows in his path as he interacts with these different people.
Hmm.
And this is the Iceman. I mean, the Ice Cream Man.
Oh, it's the Ice Cream Man.
Yeah.
I've heard of this before, but
So
I've never dove into it.
yeah, so there was a movie that came out in the probably early 80s, I think, with Clint Howard. And it was about a psychopathic serial killer who is also an ice cream man. You would kill people with ice cream cones and knives and stuff. This has nothing to do with that.
Okay. Well,
It's just the name. Well, I'm just saying because it is a horror comic,
mhm.
and there was a horror movie called Ice Cream Man. There's absolutely no relation between the two.
Okay.
I
Fair
just
enough.
Anybody listening, I don't want you thinking that this is supposed to be Clint Howard's character from the Ice Cream Man movie. It's not. It's completely separate.
Brother, I
Uh,
don't know who would confuse that.
so we don't have any release. We don't. This is just in the talks. They've just basically stated that it's going to be done. We
Right.
don't have a screencast for it. We don't have a date. We don't have anything on this just yet. And this is something I plan to kind of follow as it goes along.
Right. This is
Uh,
probably just something that they've optioned. So
yeah.
the duo that you're talking about is Goff and Millar. They've
Hmm.
done all kinds of stuff, dude. They're
Hmm.
producing like team. They've done stuff from like I want to say they were the brains behind Smallville. They go back that
Okay.
far. Yeah.
Okay.
So like
So.
this is them doing another comic adaptation,
Hmm.
which has been their bread and butter. I think look them up if you get a chance. You can see all the stuff that they do.
Okay.
Um, yeah, they're just a producing guru, so it's probably something they just optioned just in case.
Hmm.
Um, we'll see if it ever gets off the ground. That'd be great. I'm
So,
interested.
also in comic news,
Hmm.
and right up our alley with Spider Man, should have led with this one first, but I chose that other picture first.
Probably.
We've got a prequel to a comic series, Friendly Neighborhood Spider Man.
Okay. How do you
This is the,
prequel?
the first
What
images that we're getting. Marvel announces a Friendly Neighborhood Spider Man prequel series, which
is?
takes place before 2016's Captain America Civil War, but with noticeable key differences that they said. So rather than coming home to his apartment to see Tony Stark at his home, it's none other than Norman Osborn who's chatting up with Aunt May and walks through the door.
Oh, so this is a what if? Like, what if
Uh huh.
Green Goblin got hold of him before Iron Man did?
So the series, Marvel Comics has announced that this series is getting a prequel tie-in comic. This will be a 5-issue limited series written by Gage and drawn by Eric Gapster. I'm actually unfamiliar with either one of those.
Same. I like the
Uh,
art though. I mean, it's
I
clean
do like
looking.
the vibrant colors, the contrast there.
I
It's
hate
it's an
that
interesting.
costume.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either.
I swear to God, if they make a Marvel Legend of that,
So the story will introduce readers to a young Peter Parker along with his supporting cast and some of Spidey's legendary villains. It's said that the comic series introduces some of the amazing adventures to come in this highly anticipated animated series that takes place during Peter's earliest days as Spider-Man.
right? Okay, now I know about that. That's
Hmm.
the Spider-Man series that I don't know which streaming that's coming out on, but I've heard of that. But I didn't know
Hmm.
that it was an Elseworlds type of thing with
Well,
him not meeting Tony first.
I'm guessing it's called Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man,
Right. Oh, this has gotten more interesting then.
right?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
So,
down. I'm down. Like it's like the
um,
what if stuff that Marvel's put on Disney Plus. It's
yep.
just fun little popcorn game. You know, I'll take a what if. What if?
So your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #1 goes on sale on December 11th
Hmm,
for those that are interested.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's
So I think it's pretty cool.
nice. I like the art. I'll take a look at it. I'll check that out. Once I renew my Marvel Unlimited,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's time to re up. But I'm waiting on a bonus so I can get that yearly.
See, and I wanted to get that yearly because I really kind of wanted to get the it was the Spider-Man symbiote, right?
No, Spider-Man Moon
No.
Knight.
Oh, you're right. Spider-Man Moon Knight. I'm not gonna lie. Never mind. I forgot it was that one. I thought it was the symbiote, and I was like, okay, the symbiote's not bad. Plus, I don't have one yet.
Right.
But the Spider-Man Moon Knight, I remember it now, and I'll be honest with you,
It's just weird enough for me to want to be like, okay, let me.
it's
I don't know if I'll open it, but it might be one I just tuck back in the back and see what happens in a few years for it.
I mean, it's the exact same model pretty much in articulation as several Spider-Mans that we've gotten. But the
But this one with a
colors,
cape.
he has a cape, but the color scheme, the black and white, that's one thing. It's the design, the coloration of the pegs, and oh, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, I
Okay.
hit the pause button, and it's just,
It
and we're
honestly
back.
wouldn't be a good recording without some kind of technical difficulties.
I know, right? I mean, it is what it is. At least we caught it kind of quick. I think we'll see. So moving right along here, we've got not Mondo. I mean, I messed that up. Not Neko, but Mondo
That's a,
releasing a new action figure line. What were you gonna say?
no. Keep going.
No, no.
Keep going. Because really, you said Mondo and line, so let's see what it
Yeah,
is, and
yeah.
then let's see how much it fucking costs.
Oh, it's gonna cost way too much. I haven't even looked up the price on it. I got a couple figures here that I'm not even worrying about the price because I'm not gonna buy it. Not only that, but these are 1/6 scales.
Ah,
So
big boys.
new from Mondo, reviving Rowdy Roddy Piper, it from the movie hit They Live. Now I'm not gonna lie, that's a clean figure.
That is a good looking figure.
I mean, I really dig that. I really dig that a lot. Um,
Look at all that soft goods too.
let's see here. I got another one. I want to make sure I pull it up in the right order. Okay. All right. So
Nice.
the interchangeable. So it was being taken over and everything, and only he can see people that have been taken over, and he
Mm-hmm.
could see them using the sunglasses.
Sure.
And when he had them on, people were revealed to him, and they looked a lot like that.
Sure.
With the changed face. And he comes with so many goodies here.
Oh wow.
He's got his radio. He's even got his
Got the
bubble
bubble
gum.
gum.
He's even got the bubble gum.
We're here to kick ass and chew bubble gum.
And I'm all out of bubble gum.
That's
I
awesome.
think my absolute favorite though is right here. If you can
Oh, the
see
reflection.
that, the reflection
That's
in the sunglasses.
cool.
I think that's the coolest accessory.
That is
Like
cool.
just to have that. Like now, if this came in like a 1/12th, I think I'd be interested in it.
NECA did.
Uh,
I think NECA did. They live, but I doubt it
they
had that
might
kind of
have
detail. That's
no.
awesome, man.
No, Mondo's coming out with some really badass ones. This is uh 12 inches tall, man. And
Jesus.
I'm a little late to the show on this one. This one went up for pre-order September 11th. Um, but it is
you're
what it is.
you're 3 for 3 on lateness with these Mondo
Be
pre-orders.
I will always be late on these. And a lot of it is because like whenever I find out about them and the fact that we do these shows like a week after, so I'm
Mhm.
usually like a week behind on it. Um but yeah, I mean it's really cool. It's just way too big for my collection. And if it's anything like, some of the
Yeah,
other toys that have been coming out like this, that we've discussed in the past, like Deadpool, Wolverine, Poison Ivy, this is
yeah.
probably going to be up in the $200 range.
If not
Uh,
more.
but I will say this, man, there's a lot of hardcore horror
Mhm.
fans that go to conventions. Yeah, I definitely know this is going to be up on some people's shelves.
Oh yeah,
In
no,
fact, I probably know some people that it's going to be on their shelf.
no. I mean, it's really cool, and it's nice to see another version, another variation of
Hmm.
Roddy. Mattel has put out one of their legends. They've done like a movie line of like wrestlers that have been in movies. So
Yeah.
they had like The Rock, Scorpion King, and they've had Roddy as, and they've even had Andre the Giant as Bigfoot.
Oh
So
gosh.
so to see Roddy in another version from another toy line is just good news for his family.
So staying in with the toys over here
Sure,
from Hot Toys,
another
another great one.
a
This
couple hundred
one's
dollar 1/6 figure.
yeah, and this one the detail is insane.
Okay,
Absolutely insane. Of all the toys I've shown you, this is probably the most accurate. Like this looks like an image, like art.
okay, huh?
Look at that. Doesn't that look like an art
Okay,
piece, like a picture?
no, yeah, huh?
Yeah. The level of detail they went in on this.
Yeah, dude, the
Yeah.
gravestone alone, and that's this hot. Oh, bulging eyes and everything. Okay, so yes, that does look like Michael Keaton's Beetlejuice. That's really cool, and that looks just like an image from the movie. That's
It's
fantastic. So
tit for
look at,
tat from the movie, man.
the hair. I imagine when you get the figure, you can kind of fluff out the hair a little bit more, make
Yeah,
it
you might
wilder.
have to do a little work there.
But that is
I mean, that's insane, man.
really cool. That is really cool.
So I do not have the date for this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I am before or after the curve on this one. But this is Hot Toys.
Yeah,
Um and I've only got the two pictures that I can show you right now that I have
that's
saved.
fine.
He comes with a lot of accessories.
Yeah.
He comes with like a microphone. He comes with a newspaper. Let's see what else he's got. Yeah, he's
So
got the tombstone, a heart. He comes with like I think four sets of hands.
mhm.
Let's see, a wristwatch, and you can't see it in either of the images I have, but they actually got yeah, because his fingers are curved in here. Uh, but he's even got the ring on this finger, but he's even got his nails, the long
Oh
nails, and
wow,
they're you can't see it in here, but on these other images that I have, they're actually like some of them are different colors
that's
because he
fun.
actually has his nails painted different colors in the movie, which is, I mean, a level of detail that I didn't even notice.
Well, yeah, well that's you can expect that from Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Hot Toys is definitely like different income level of collectibles. Um, but
They've,
you can't deny Hot Toys are they're fucking amazing,
I mean,
amazing figures.
yeah, dude, it's like
They're
it's a portrait.
they're the perfect bridge between like a sculpture and an action figure.
Hmm.
Um, they're so good. Like I've dreamed of owning some Hot Toys figures, but to
I
save
mean,
money to pull the trigger on one of those. Oh
even the
man.
clothes,
Dude,
almost.
it's all in there with the detail with Hot Toys.
Yeah.
I mean,
So with the Mondo that we were looking at just now,
mhm,
you could clearly see that. I mean, the clothing was kind of poofy. It's that generic clothing you get with like actual
mhm,
cloth on toys.
right.
This it's just amazing.
If
Like,
you're in there, the understanding of collectors,
uh-huh.
you understand the money that you pay for Hot Toys is for
Okay.
a reason, and it's quality for a reason.
Yeah, and Hot Toys has never been on my radar before.
No,
Uh no, I mean, since we've been doing this is when I've been hearing about Hot Toys.
right, dude, you can fall down the
So,
rabbit hole of like, especially their Star Wars stuff is gorgeous.
yeah.
Yeah, bro, do yourself a favor. Well, maybe not. Maybe don't do yourself a favor because you'll just hate your paychecks even more. But they're awesome, awesome figures.
Yeah, no, it's
Mhm.
just it's a bit much for me. A lot of these
Yeah.
these
Oh yeah.
figures and these toys and everything. I can't vouch spending that kind of money on anything, man.
Mm-mm.
And it's
No,
just
I'm talking like you
crazy,
can buy one of these or you can buy a
just
PS5.
crazy, which I don't own.
Right. Neither do I.
Let me ask you this:
Yes.
since we're talking on toys,
Yeah.
um, have you heard of Moco Brick Laboratory?
What it does? I want to say it sounds familiar, but not familiar enough. Okay, what is that?
So Moco Brick Laboratory. I know that they had their YouTube channel, and they do all these insane builds of toys, robots, transformers, um, a lot of anime style and anime ridden
Is it like a
robots,
model or gunpla?
Gundam type stuff
Yeah.
that they build out of Legos.
Really?
Yep. So we've got this one here.
Whoa, the Megazord. Oh no, that's not. Yeah,
It is. It is
that's the
the
Megazord.
Megazord,
And that's made out of
and
Lego.
it's made out of Lego. And the image I
Wow.
should have shared with you. Uh, each one of these pieces that you're seeing here
Hmm.
are all separate and come apart, and they actually form the actual
No.
Zords, and the Zords themselves, can transform back to the regular way.
No way.
The whole thing is functional, and it's all made out of Lego parts.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I this was a rabbit hole that I started to go down. Um, like I said, they've got some different transformers that they've built.
Hmm.
I know that they've got Bumblebee. They've they've got a Mario that goes into like a cube shape, and then you can transform it back into Mario. And again, it's made out of Legos. All of their stuff is custom stuff that they've just made straight up out of Legos.
That's fantastic.
It's
Okay,
pretty insane, man. Like
I'll
at
definitely have to
first,
check that out.
at first, I was like thinking that this is actually really cool, to
Hmm.
make like a model like that. But then when I realized, after looking into it, each one of these separates and creates their own Zords. I
How
was just,
tall is that thing?
oh, I don't know, because a lot of the stuff is in a foreign language.
Understood. I gotcha. I gotcha.
It's in weird scribbly script that I can't read. It's not even, yeah, translated into English text or anything.
Fair enough. Wow.
Uh
I'll check that out. That's really cool.
Yeah, so let's see. It says Lego MOC specialty channel, mainly on mech and transform mech. They publish other works as well as how to build. And let's see. But yeah, a lot of this is in another language. But yeah, it's pretty cool stuff there, man.
That is pretty cool. Well, speaking of Transformers
Uh huh.
and the like, the long-awaited crossover movie between Transformers and GI Joe is getting closer to becoming a reality. The
Really?
ending of 2023's Transformers:
Mm-hmm.
Rise of the Beasts showed the lead character Noah being recruited by the Joe organization, setting up a link between them and the Transformers. Back in May of this year, Chris Hemsworth was tapped to lead that cast of the crossover venture. But now, with the animated Transformers 1 in theaters, the franchise is looking ahead to its next live action adventure. So, speaking to Collider about Transformers 1, the franchise producer Lorenzo di Bonaventura confirmed that the crossover movie with G.I. Joe will be the next live action movie to come from the world of Transformers. So, he has confirmed it is happening.
No
Um,
shit.
no shit. So we're going again, subject to success. We're going to do a sequel to this, and there will be an animated version, and it'll exist completely separate from whatever we do live action. So Transformers One is its own separate thing. The animated stuff will continue on,
Hmm.
but live action they are going with the GI Joe Transformer crossover. So the next movie will be the crossover. The producer said where it will be particularly affected is the fact that we now know these robots are capable of emotionally in a way. So we're going to have to figure out how to create that room, that we can afford that and create a story that you can take more advantage of that. So one of the things that he's particularly interested in doing is there's still a developmental phase, so nothing is by any means written in stone. But I think we need to do more now from the robot point of view in the live action because that's the only way you're going to get inside them. Oh, here's what I was looking for. So instead of them reacting to humans or reacting to the human plot, what is their drive? It has to be part of that story now. So it's going to be complicated because now the hardest thing about a lot of franchise movies is how many characters there are, and more characters you try to manage, the harder it is to make a bunch of really good ones. You kind of got to keep going, keep it smaller, keep it smaller. So we'll in that process for a while where we'll start with a bunch of Joes and a bunch of Transformers, and I'll say regular humans, and then you're going to do this. That's kind of where we are right now. This is trying to put a larger thing in place. Okay. He just keeps going on about trying to find the balance of how many Joes, how many Transformers, and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
we are already seeing this in comics. This is what I've been telling you about the crossover
Yeah,
that they've been
yeah,
doing
you've
in
been talking about
comics.
this for a while.
So this is, I doubt we'll see the Void Rivals, the third species that's involved in the Transformers. But this has been talked
What's the
about for
third
years.
species?
Again, it goes to as Skybound Comics and Skybound Entertainment is part of Image Comics,
Uh-huh.
and it's Void Rivals is based on these. The story is about these two warring planets that are on either side of a black hole,
Uh-huh.
and they hate each other. And they've hated each other for centuries. They're constantly at war, but then they figure out, oh wait, we're related, and
Mm-hmm.
then oh wait, we have access to this material that the Transformers need, and the Transformers are on Earth trying to survive after their war, and then going into this, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, and it's
Mm-hmm.
still ongoing, and it's kind of retelling the Transformer story and the GI Joe story is really really good, dude.
Okay.
I grew up in the age of Transformers and GI Joe and never got into it until now, until this comic.
Hmm.
Um, but more with this is they've talked about it for years. We've speculated about it for years
Yeah.
since the last GI Joe series with Gambit,
Okay. Okay. Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
You know,
Big head.
right? When were we going to get a crossover? We finally got a
Uh-huh.
crossover in 2024, and it has nothing to do with those GI Joes anymore.
Okay. All right.
So it's officially happening. It's the next live action thing that's happening. We'll see how it goes.
I'm pretty interested.
Hopefully, it doesn't go by way of the Snake Eyes Origins movie, and is
That
actually a success.
was that pretty bad? So I've only seen the I think the first GI Joe movie. I actually saw it in theaters. I can't even really tell you anything that happened in it because it wasn't that good. I didn't care for it. Uh, it was a bunch of people. It didn't scream GI Joe to me.
No, it didn't.
Uh,
Especially when Cobra was barely a part of it, and
yeah,
they didn't
it
have their.
didn't say anything to me about GI Joe.
No,
I lost interest in it partway through the movie. I haven't seen any of the other GI Joes, and I'm also probably two, if not three, movies behind on Transformers.
I'm
I I
yeah,
like the Transformers movies, but it's just there's so much going on that
right.
it's like my ADHD just kicks in and it's hard to focus and it's hard to follow.
The
Uh,
Transformers themselves are messy. So when they're transforming,
that's the
there's
part.
so
Yeah,
much going on. I'm with you. I'm with you.
yeah, yeah,
That's why
and
my favorite one of the movies is the Bumblebee movie because it's just him.
yeah.
That's enough.
I think the first two movies were pretty good, and I feel like almost as if they never made any more, I'd be okay. But I don't know. Like going from the cartoons to going from the movies, it's a it's a huge different story. And it's just it's hard for them to keep my attention. I can't
Yeah.
do it. I can't give them the attention that they need or deserve. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
I,
Those movies are so Michael Bay, we can't even grasp it
exactly,
all.
it
And I
really is.
completely understand that. I get it.
And my favorite was Beast Wars. I
So
would
okay,
love a Beast Wars movie.
well, you that was the most recent Transformers movie.
Yeah, but that wasn't. I don't know. I saw previews for it, and I haven't seen it, so I can't judge. But from what I saw, it was the Wars, but it was like modern day, right?
Mm.
Yeah, so that's not
Yeah.
Beast Wars.
Well, I mean, dude, I mean,
There were no humans
uh,
in Beast Wars.
yes, but like these movies these movies are not on any type of universe that we've seen in
Hmm.
Transformers before, dude. Like
I
they're a
know. It's just,
completely separate thing. It's an Elseworld, or
and that's
it's a in the sacred timeline. This is another branch.
yeah. It's just I don't know. They lost me. I was excited when I started to see them, but then it was like they were just kind of brought in with all the other Transformers in the new age, and it's just
Yeah, just
I
just like
couldn't
the
do it.
Dinobots when they introduced the
Yeah.
Dinobots. Yeah,
Nope, they really ruined it for me.
yeah. Well, speaking of ruining things,
Yeah.
um, it seems like Pokemon Company and Nintendo may be ruining things for Pal World.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no.
A few days ago, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company announced a joint lawsuit against Pocket Pair, the developer behind Pal World.
I
The
don't have the image for that one.
That's okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. The lawsuit did not relate to copyright infringement, as many might have expected, but instead of patent infringement.
Really?
This morning, yeah, um, Pocket Pair responded to the lawsuit with a post on Twitter. Pocket Pair says that it's unaware of the specific patents we are accused of infringing upon, and we have not been notified of such details. The statement also seems to suggest that the lawsuit could lead to longer waits for updates and new content, as the company focuses on the lawsuit instead of working on development. It is truly unfortunate that we will be forced to allocate significant time to matters unrelated to game development due to this lawsuit. However, we will do our utmost to our fans and to ensure that indie game developers are not hindered or discouraged from pursuing their creative ideas, the statement reads.
So
Basically, they're about to take a
Pokemon.
stand against Nintendo.
So Pokemon is Nintendo is going after them.
They're finally going after. We knew this was going to happen when Pal
Jesus.
World was introduced,
Okay, when
but
I gotta look this up.
but
When did Power World come out?
it's been quite a few months. My guess is they've been trying to figure out how they can sue them.
January of 2024 is when
Mm-hmm.
Pal World came out.
Right. So they've had Nintendo's had 9 months to have their lawyers figure out a way to shut these guys down. They're like, it's too. I don't know. I don't know. So it's not a copyright thing. So it's not even a
No,
copyright thing, and that's what they're trying to figure out is a patent
patent
infringement.
infringement.
So what did
I want to know what this patent is.
right? What patents does Nintendo hold in regards to? Because it's the Pokemon Company too that's
Uh huh.
also was going against them.
Yeah.
Um, so what is it? Is it raising digital monsters, or is it what? What?
Yeah, but that so it can't be that because we've had games with raising
Mm-hmm.
digital monsters. I mean, okay, so you've got Digimon, Monster
Mm-hmm.
Rancher, just to name a
Mm-hmm.
couple. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, this has been going on for years and years and years. Not to mention all of the mobile app games that use actual Pokemon that are not licensed by Nintendo. Like
Mm-hmm.
those app games have been out for quite a while.
All right. So this is just going to be an interesting thing to follow and see how this turns out. Um,
Absolutely.
I seen this coming when I saw that game,
Hmm.
and I knew the Pokemon Company and Nintendo were gonna go after their necks. And they've had 9 months before they've had 9 months of planning to do this. So
Oh man, so I'm reading some of the comments on this post. I'm on
mhm.
IGN right now. And like this guy, maybe if Nintendo spent half as much time and effort into making some decent hardware to run their games as they do taking people to court, they wouldn't have this problem. Ditch the gimmicks and make a proper console with decent hardware.
Oh my god. Okay, so I read a thing the other day about Nintendo, specifically about Nintendo and why they put out what they put out as far as their hardware is concerned. Um, they put out hardware to maximize their profit and for
Hmm.
themselves and for their shareholders. They could they could develop something more powerful than the PS5, more powerful than the Xbox, whatever it is now. Um, but it wouldn't be cost efficient for their customers, and it wouldn't be. They won't make enough profit for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
That's what
that's
they do,
true. S-
and they make their money. They make their bigger money on their software. Look at the most recent Zelda game that was on the Switch. It's still a $60 game.
uh, all games pretty much on Switch are still $60 games. Games that came out like when the Switch came out are still $60 games.
No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. It's a $70 game then.
Mm, that's just ridiculous.
No, I know.
That's
Like I was
ridiculous.
like I've been waiting and like I still can't buy it yet.
Yeah, that's why I haven't bought Paper Mario. That
Mm-hmm.
was it, the Thousand Year Door or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That I've been wanting to get that game. Really, really been wanting to get it, and it's still. I mean, it's fairly new, but still. So one of the things I'm reading here, one of the comments this person's putting on is saying it should be against the law to be able to patent gameplay mechanics. It is 100% stifling to creativity, and it should be thrown out of court. So this person, I think, maybe did a little bit more research than
Okay.
what we're going to take the time into right now. But it seems like
All right.
the patent has to do with gameplay mechanics, and I wonder. I'm just off the top of my head, I'm wondering if it has to do with the way you catch your pals, in which you have to throw a ball to catch them. I will say that is something that we've only seen in Pokemon games. At least that's something that I've
That's
only seen.
yeah. That is unique to Pokemon. Even with like I played a game called Yokai Watch, which was another Pokemon-like game where you were catching ghosts, but you weren't throwing a ball to catch them. That might be where they're getting them at.
Yeah, see, because even in the post on IGN, it says Nintendo's lawsuit alleges patent infringement, although the company has yet to detail which patents. So
Mm,
maybe this guy is just saying it's going to be game mechanics,
could be.
because if it's a patent, it's not the likeness of the images, because that would just be copyright infringement. It's not a
Right.
patent. You can't do that. So I really want to know what this patent is. I mean,
Right.
they must have dug a lot for something to try and find something on them.
And then in patent laws are different from country to country.
Hmm.
So was this filed in Japan? Was this filed in America?
Now that I don't know,
Is
but I
Palworld
know
an American? Is it an American company or is it a
then.
Japanese company?
So Nintendo's lawsuit was filed in the Tokyo District Court, and I just read it. Let me see. I think they're made in Japan.
So Pocket Pair is in Japan too.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it still is. It's an interesting thing to keep an eye out for.
Pocket Pair is a small indie game company. Yeah, it's based in Tokyo.
There
So
we go.
they're both in the same town, and this was filed in the Tokyo District Court. So yeah, I don't
Interesting.
know, man. I'm really curious to see where this goes and what happens.
I am too. I'm also interested in playing the game, but hopefully I'll get a chance to before it's completely shut down.
Yeah, I think that they're saying on here it's $30.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Yeah, Pocket Pair. Let's see.
Is
They
it
team.
available on the Switch?
I don't think that this will be on the Switch, man.
It was
They
on
back
Game Pass though.
So back in June, because it's on Xbox and PC,
Right.
back in June they teased to be released on PlayStation. Uh, around September 26th to 29th, but as of right now, there's no word on that. So only PC and Xbox right now.
Hmm.
Man, that's crazy, dude.
Mhm.
Like a patent lawsuit. Damn,
There's no
Nintendo.
way. They were looking for a way. They were like, okay, well, hold on.
Damn. All
I knew,
right.
I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen, and they've had 9 months to get it straight. So they're not. This is gonna be a fight. But here's the deal: Pocket Pair and Pal World
Uh-huh.
hopefully can take the fight. Can take the
I
fight.
hope they can,
Take the
man.
few hits on the chin to keep some kind of open waters for the indie developers. So we still need independent games. Like independent games are an art form of their own,
They
and
are.
any
I
kind of
mean,
stifling of any art is just heresy.
and I'm 100% with you. You know, it goes into the same world of like indie movies. Once you start shitting on them trying to take down the small guys, then it
Hmm.
just looks like, Big Brother trying to take down the little guy. I
Hmm.
mean, it's just, and we see it all the time.
And don't get me wrong,
Uh,
I love Nintendo and I love the Pokemon Company.
I
I
do too.
plan on
Huge
playing
fan.
buying the
I've
new
got
Pokemon game.
Gengar.
Yeah, so like there's not a lack of love
Uh
for
huh.
Nintendo, but it's like, all right, Nintendo, like
All
please,
right.
like let's be nice.
Yeah. So moving right along. Now that we got that out of there, man, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm gonna have to follow that one though.
Yeah.
Did you ever see a horror movie called Barbarian? Came out, I want to say last year.
That is on my to watch list. I heard
Okay,
it's fucked up.
you need to watch it. It is fucked up, and it's awesome, and it's a great horror flick.
Is that one on Hulu or is it
Oh shit! I don't know where I saw. I think we rented it from Amazon Prime.
okay.
So everybody was talking about it, and I had to watch it.
Right, right. That's why
So
it came on my radar, but
so director Zach Kreger
mhm.
from The Barbarian is in talks of a new film adaptation of Clue.
Okay.
Yep, from for Sony TriStar Pictures label.
Hmm.
It's also reported that Shay Hatton from Rebel Moon, John Wick Chapter 3, and John Wick Chapter 4 will be writing the script.
Okay.
Which, by the way, just throwing it out there, have you seen the John Wick movies?
Yes, there's not much of a script to those movies.
No, but they're fucking awesome, action packed, great creative deaths. And my absolute favorite thing about the John Wick movies is the bullet count. The fact that they are constantly running out of ammo, searching for ammo,
I do appreciate
excuse me,
that.
you see him looting bodies for ammo. Hell, there's one scene where he makes a bullet so he can just fire one shot on a guy. I mean, that's my favorite thing, and that's my two pickiest things when it comes to gun movies or
Right.
shoot 'em up movies. Is every time somebody points a gun, I'm not going to grab it because I don't want to scare people. I got one here, but anytime anybody moves a gun in a movie, it makes a
Right. The
like
things
noise.
rattling.
Yeah, guns aren't loud like that. They only get loud when you squeeze the trigger.
Right.
Guns aren't. If you have a gun and it sounds like that, you should not fire that gun. There's something wrong with that gun. All
Right.
right, something's loose and it's not right. But anyways, sorry, I'm rambling on about John Wick now. So we got the guy that wrote John Wick. We got the guy that is notorious, Kreger, for doing horror movies. They're going to combine together to redo Clue.
Clue is
So
not really horror though. So I'm like,
it's
I'm
not.
interested in.
That's what a lot of
Huh.
people are saying right now. If Kreger actually ends up directing the film, then it'll be an interesting choice because he seems like a hardcore horror guy, but he also knows how to make his films fun and playful at the same time.
What you would
Uh,
need in a Clue.
exactly. Six guests are anonymously invited to a strange mansion for dinner, but after the host is killed, they must cooperate with the staff to identify the murderer as the bodies, start building up. So I don't know,
Okay.
man. I mean, and a lot of people, just so you know, Clue is based off of an old board game. You
I
know,
thought
like
that would go without saying, but
I have to. I have to. For the newer, younger generation who probably have never seen this movie, maybe they don't even know who Tim Curry is. You know,
poor
which,
bastards.
yep, it was a great movie. It has the one of the greatest songs in a movie ever, The Time Warp. Great overall cast. Uh and it blows my mind to find that there's a board game out there that people. Yeah, I know. I botched that, and I was hoping that you wouldn't call me on it. I got Tim Curry and Rocky Horror Picture Head running through my head right now because of something I read earlier.
It's fine.
So yeah, no, I Time Warp was not in this movie. I was waiting for you to call me out, but you didn't. You made the
Let you dig.
face.
Let you dig your own grave there, bud.
I know. I like I said, I got Rocky Horror Picture Show on my mind because me and Crystal were watching a horrible, 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 horrible movie earlier called Uglies on Netflix.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it,
Don't
but I haven't seen it yet.
don't waste your fucking time on it. It is one of the worst fucking movies I have seen in a very long time. I mean,
Nice.
it's in the top five, probably top three of horrible movies. And there's an actor that it's in there that's a trans, drag queen, and he was in a Rocky Horror Picture deal.
Oh, nice. Okay,
So,
so the interesting thing about Clue, which is I'm hoping if this movie has a theatrical release,
uh huh.
is the alternate endings. So
Oh
if you
yes.
remember in the original Clue movie,
Mm-hmm.
the gimmick was whenever you went to the theater at different times, different showings, you would get a different ending. So it would be like in the game, it would have been a different killer. So another one of these actors
Mm-hmm.
was the killer. If you went at 7, and then if you went at 9, it was somebody else.
Did they
So
actually do that?
they did. That was an actual thing that they did in the
That's
theaters.
so fucking awesome. I didn't know that.
hmm and unfortunately, whenever you purchase it on DVD now, the original Clue movie, you can see all the endings, or you can set to where it'll randomize which ending you get.
I never knew that.
hmm
I own the movie. I own it on VHS.
Then you'll
But
have all the endings like in a row at the end.
uh-huh. Yeah. I did not know that they did that in movies. So you would go to the movies and you would be talking with your friends about it, and you'd talk about the ending, and your one friend would be over here like, that's not how it fucking ended.
hmm That's it.
And it's cool. So in the board game itself, Clue, you draw this card and this, and you put it in an envelope, and it's completely randomized as to who the killer was, what weapon they used, and what room they did it in.
hmm
So it was completely random, and process of elimination. You had to solve and figure out who done it.
That's it.
But the movie was hilarious. It was a classic. And
It's
yeah,
definitely
man,
a cult classic movie, um,
absolutely.
and a fantastic cast. So, um,
Mhm.
that's one of those movies. Like, does it need to be remade? But
I don't think it does, but I'm curious to see if it's gonna. I'm curious to see what this guy does with it. To be
was
honest
it
with you,
because if it leans into the horror elements and makes it a completely new type of Clue movie, then
yeah,
I'm interested.
hmm yeah. I don't know. I really don't know on that one, and I don't know. It's going to
Well,
be a great movie or it's going to be a tragedy.
right. Well,
So,
like Battleship, it'll probably just sink.
excuse me. Sorry.
You're all right, bud.
Yeah, I'm good. I never even saw Battleship. I wasn't
Neither
going to
did
waste my
anybody
time.
else.
So, since we're talking about old school movies,
hmm
this isn't a remake; it is a continuation.
Oh, another 30-year plus sequel.
Kind of, but not really.
Oh yeah, yes, the animated series that's on HBO.
Uh huh. So this is it's Max and Warner Brothers animated spin-off series. This is Gremlins: The Wild Batch,
hmm
which I did not know. that there was another Gremlins. There was a Gremlins cartoon called Gremlins Secret of the Mogwai.
Yeah,
I'd never even heard of it, never
yeah.
knew it
It kind of goes
existed.
into the origin of Gizmo,
Uh-huh.
and this is a going to be a spin-off show based on like some of
Same
the
characters.
Mogwai. Yeah,
Same characters, same cast. This is Gizmo. Let's see.
and
We
it
got
explains the show is really awesome because it explains why Gizmo is so sweet and the Gremlins are so evil.
the only thing that messes with me is while I actually watched the trailer for this.
Hmm.
Animations and stuff, I don't mind watching trailers for. Movies, big movies that I like, I have a problem watching trailers.
Sure, too many spoilers.
So in the trailer, it shows, Gizmo with, I don't know the character, the cast name or anything. Some young kids
Hmm.
basically, and they have to travel, I think, to San Francisco,
Hmm.
and in doing so, what you see in the trailer, there's like dragons, there's like this ghost train, there's all this other magic and sorcery and shit that's going on, and
Hmm.
I'm like, where did all this shit come from? Because I mean, in okay, Gremlins 1 and Gremlins 2, there's no magic. There's mogwais. You get them wet, they turn into gremlins. We get cute little mogwais that turn into these angry little bastards.
Right.
And it's just, I don't know, man. I really wanted to watch this, but now I'm sitting here like, well, shit, I got to go through and watch this first one.
Watch the,
Secrets of Mogwai.
yeah, watch it because it explains it. It is a true origins
Is it
of these creatures. Yeah, yeah,
okay?
yeah.
I,
It,
I,
it
I
answers all the questions that you may have about it. It probably it answers more questions than you probably thought to ask. But yeah, it's definitely expanded and broadened out the whole world of the Gremlins world.
So the description for this one is hot on the trail of a new brood of evil Mogwai.
Hmm.
Our heroes journey deep into the American West, encountering supernatural creatures and picking up a few mysterious characters along the way.
Hmm.
So, yeah, man, it looks interesting. It really does. It says that we got returning voice cast. So pretty much we've got the same characters from the trailers I saw. We got the same characters and the same voice cast
Nice,
that was in Secrets of the Mogwai. That will be
nice,
in this one as well.
nice. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Yeah. So, me and the missus, big Gremlins fans over here,
Yeah,
and
I'm
not sure
surprised
how.
you missed that.
Yeah, I don't know how this one got past me. I mean, a lot of it probably has to do with the fact that we don't have Cinemax.
That was HBO
Uh,
Max.
yeah, HBO Max, Cinemax. It's just called Max now.
Right,
Yeah. So either way, whatever you want to call it, we don't have it.
right. I get it.
So I gotta find another way of watching this, or I'm gonna have to end up getting Max for like the free trial month just so I can watch this.
Oh, I think they're starting a tier with commercials.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised. Everything has commercials now.
Hmm.
This will be streaming on Max starting October 3rd. They have
Nice.
trailers for it up now. If you want to go ahead and hit them up on YouTube, you can check out the trailers.
Just in time for spooky season.
Yep. Now I don't have any images for this because I literally stumbled across this next bit before we started the show here.
Oh, okay. Breaking news.
And I don't know how I feel about this, to be
Ooh.
honest with you. Have you watched The Office?
Okay, I know what you're about to talk about. And no, I haven't watched any version of The Office
Okay,
ever.
so the original version, whether the European version or the British version,
Hmm.
that we know that we got became modernized as there was an American release of it, which ran shit 10 times longer than the British version. The British version had like I think 3 or 4 seasons. I think
If that, yeah.
if that, maybe two. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
And the American version of that blew it out the water with the fame, success of
Mhm.
it. I'm a huge fan of it. I started on the British version first because I love British humor thanks to Monty Python.
Mhm.
And the American version, it took me a while to before I could start watching it. But once I actually started watching it, I watched every single episode nonstop, back to back. And I've seen it since then, the entire thing, from season one to the last season, probably 5 times now.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of The Office. It's very good comedy. I like it. It was well played. Um, but we're getting a new one, and this isn't a talks. It's happening. There's already a trailer for it. There is an Australian adaptation of The Office.
Right.
A fucking Australian version of The Office. I,
Yep. It was bound to happen. I mean, popular TV shows they make their way through the continents, and yeah, this is like I'm sure Australia or South Africa has like their own version of Friends. Um, it
Probably,
just
but
it does happen. And but this is not the only Office that we're getting. They are sequeling the American Office
really.
and
So now they've
continuing
been
on.
talking about that for a long time. I've seen many videos where they have panels or they're out talking to people and stuff, and the same question keeps coming
Hmm.
up over and over and over and over and over. And then the other question that comes up is not only will you do it, but will Michael Scott be in it, the main character?
Yeah.
And I've heard lots of people say yes, it's going to happen. But it's right up there with like Beetlejuice 2. For years and years and years and years,
Yeah.
people were talking about it and nobody was making it.
Yeah.
And then finally they decided, yeah, we're going to do it.
Sure. Yeah.
So as of right now, I don't know if it's happening. Um, is it happening?
I believe it is. I believe everything is pointing towards it actually happening. Um, Especially with the fervor that this Australian reboot is getting. Um, yeah, there's more Office that's going to be made for American audiences. You can be assured of that.
Okay, I'm kind of curious about it, man. I really am. Um, yeah, Ricky Gervais started all of
Hmm.
this, and to hear that something that you've created, because he was one of the creators of the
Hmm.
UK version of The Office, but to hear that there's an American modernized version, now people want more of it, and now that there's an Australian version of something that you created, like that's actually pretty cool,
That's pretty amazing.
huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't. I gotta watch the trailer after this, and uh, this is gonna be brutal with the accents.
You don't have to watch it.
I feel like I have to.
Yeah.
And it's going to be on Amazon Prime, so it's like not like where it was live TV back when it came out. I didn't have cable, so I couldn't watch it until it came to streaming. This is going to start on Amazon Prime, so it's not like I don't have a reason not to.
Okay. More for you, bud. I still haven't watched any of it. I can't get into it. It's not for me.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's all right though. Not everything's supposed to be for me.
eh, can't have everything.
That's it.
So that's all I've got for today, bud.
Excellent. That's going to be our news for this week. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for watching and viewing. Thank you so much for downloading. If you can please give us a like, subscribe to any of our social media, OATFTG or OZ and the Freak Talk Geek over on X, Instagram, TikTok. Please, please follow, please subscribe, please retweet us. We sure would appreciate it. slide to our DMs. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. If you have any questions for us or any topics you'd like for us to discuss, we sure would appreciate any input at all,
Mm-hmm.
even negative input. I'll take a shot in the mouth.
Yep.
So,
Okay, that happened.
and that's for inappropriate endings.
Yeah.
This is pretty much par for the course for us. This
Yep.
has been Ozzy and the Freak Talk Geek. And for the Freak, I'm OZ. We've been talking geek.
Bye.